Tillerson told reporters the Russian failure to comply with the UN measures primarily concerned fuel but some other areas potentially as well. He did not provide details. Nevertheless, Tillerson said he was confident the pressure would eventually bring North Korea to the negotiating table over its nuclear and missile programs. Pyongyang has carried out nuclear and missiles tests in defiance of UN and other sanctions. We are getting a lot of evidence that these sanctions are really starting to hurt, Tillerson said, citing intelligence and anecdotal evidence from defectors. What they learned is that they are being sent out in the winter time because there's food shortages and they are being sent out to fish with inadequate fuel to get back, he said. South Korean President Moon Jae-in had attributed North Korea's recent willingness to talk to South Korea to the pain of sanctions, Tillerson told an event at Stanford University in California. But he later said he suspected Russia may not only be failing to implement some sanctions but frustrating some of the effort to press the North. China did not attend the Vancouver meeting, where 20 nations agreed to step up sanctions pressure on the North, but Tillerson highlighted Beijing's role. We have never had Chinese support for sanctions like we are getting now, he said. Russia's a slightly different issue, but the Chinese have leaned in hard on the North Koreans. Asked whether there was a humanitarian concern that sanctions were hurting ordinary North Koreans, he said, "That's a choice the regime's making. The regime gets to decide how they allocate their available resources. We are not going to take any responsibility for the fact that he, North Korean leader Kim Jong-un, is choosing to make his own people suffer," Tillerson said. Asked if he was concerned that South Korea might resume some humanitarian aid to North Korea as part of the resumption of North-South talks this month, thereby weakening sanctions, Tillerson said, "Countries will have to make their own choice, but we would be very skeptical that aid that goes into the country will necessarily relieve the suffering of the people." Tillerson said that, while North Korea had a record of seeking to drive a wedge between the United States and its allies through charm offensives, Washington was supportive of the North-South dialogue. Tillerson said of North Korean leader Kim Jong-un, "He knows how to reach me, if he wants to talk. But he's got to tell me he wants to talk. We're not going to chase him."